Psychological safety is a state defined as being able to show and employ oneself without fear of negative consequences of self-image, status, or career. Great teams step out of their comfort zone. They will do whatever they can to avoid mistakes from being made. There is huge value in that. But they also realize that some events cannot be planned for. They attempt to learn as quickly as possible, and they respond to what they discover. The stepping outside of one's comfort zone requires an environment of psychological safety. Let's talk about the four major components of psychological safety. The first one is a sense of belonging. Team members feel accepted and respected within their current roles. Vulnerability. By admitting you're wrong, you show that it happens to make mistakes. To quote Mark Costa, be open about your mistake, so others feel safe to report their own. Trust and respect, between the different pairs of individuals in the team. Constructive conflict, being able to disagree without being disagreeable, giving honest, respectful feedback. What is the difference between trust and psychological safety? Psychological safety is similar, but slightly different from trust. Let's try to explain the main difference. When it comes to trust, the question is, will you give others the benefit of the doubt when you take a risk? As an example, let's say there is a lack of trust with your teammate Bob. You could tell to yourself this: Bob is probably going to freak out if I disagree with him. On the other hand, when it comes to psychological safety, the question will be different. Will others give you the benefit of the doubt when you take a risk? To continue our example, you would say in a safe environment, my team expects me to speak up. It's how we do things. Here are some pointers to evaluate psychological safety in your team. If you make a mistake on this team, it's often held against you. Members of this team are not able to bring up problems in tough issues. People on this team sometimes reject others for being different. It is not safe to take a risk on this team. It is difficult to ask other members of this team for help. Members of this team would deliberately act in a way that undermines my effort. Working with members of this team, unique skills and talents are not valued and utilized. Here is a suggestion: you could rate each sentence from strongly disagree to strongly agree. This will give you a picture of how your team is doing when it comes to psychological safety.